So y'all, got away. Got away. Round of applause, round of applause. But I fucked up.
A man records himself speeding away from a traffic stop. Private investigator and retired police sergeant Ashton Pack comes on to break down this wild video. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Getting pulled over is never a good thing, right? You know what's worse? Driving away from the police during a stop and then recording yourself doing it. That is right. That is what allegedly happened with 23-year-old Alan Lynch Jr. from Houston, Texas. And as we go through this...
Yeah, Houston niggas be on some oh shit gang. Damn, bro. What y'all need to be on?
Incredible video. It really is something else. I want to bring in Ashton Pack, Las Vegas private investigator, retired police sergeant. Ashton, it's good to see you. I mean, I'd like to go through the video with you piece by piece, if that sounds good to you.
Jesse, that sounds great. Let's do it. Thanks for having me back.
So Alan Lynch Jr., he's recording himself being pulled over by a trooper with the Texas Department of Public Safety. See, the trooper apparently pulled Lynch over because he has temporary tags that were expired.
How you doing, sir?
Hello, Texas Highway Patrol. Reading for the stop is your expired temp tag.
I just got this car today. I just got this car today.
Okay, do you have your driver's license on you?
Yeah, I do.
All right, and then go ahead and step out with me as well.
And as soon as he asks him to step out of the car, the video shows Lynch speeding away.
He might be in some fast shit or something. What he in?
That is remarkable. Okay, Ashton, have you ever seen that happen before? How often does that happen?
That's regular shit, but I mean, that's regular shit.
You know, Jesse, I'd like to think that usually it's the cops' body cameras that we always see capturing these incidents unfold. But here what we have is this guy, Mr. Lynch, filming his crime for the entire world, including law enforcement to see. It doesn't get much better than that. And when you are stopped by the police, there's this argument and this debate in the country that you don't have to step out of the vehicle when requested, but you do. There's very established case law, Pennsylvania versus Mims. Look it up, I promise you. That doesn't mean you have to consent to searches or you have to, you don't need...
That's what I'm saying. Everybody know you got to step out the car, but you ain't got to consent to no search. Everybody should know that. Like, come on now.
Even have to, answer questions. But yes, if law enforcement contacts you and you're driving a car, you've got to give the license. And if they ask you to step out, yes, you got to step out. Don't argue with them. Let your attorney do that in court.
By the way, the officer's perspective, right? How scary is that for him? The car immediately starts moving away while he's right there.
Absolutely. It puts not only the officer in danger, everybody on that highway in Texas is now in danger, and the suspect puts himself in just completely unnecessary risk to himself. All because his ego.
We're showing this video right now of him going through the different cars. It looks like a video game, and what do you make of that?
It does have that feel, but this isn't Fast and Furious. That's in the movies, and the movies are in a controlled environment where there's tons of the magic of editing and professional stunt people. This is real life, and real life choices have real life consequences. If Mr. Lynch had missed one of those vehicles just by a couple more inches, you could have had a major fatal traffic accident, could have killed an innocent victim. It could have killed Mr. Lynch. The best practice, just pull over, show the...
You on this, like, shit funny and shit, too. Shit not funny, gang, bro.
Officer your license. It's either going to be a ticket. If it's an arrest, you have your day in court. You have to live for that day.
But my nigga was cutting up, though.
If you didn't do anything wrong, argue your place in court, not on the side of a road on a busy, congested highway.
And that's only half of the story, okay? Because the second half is what happened after he gets away. So he records himself in a series of videos where he says, I got away. You know, he says round of applause, and then he says this.
That they ain't gonna get, cause they gotta catch me first. They gonna have to catch me first, man. I ain't finna jail. You feel? I think I'm finna make their job easy. You think I'm gonna make their job easy? Their job is to catch us. Our job is to run away.
So he basically says it's the police job to catch me, my job to run away. What do you make of that?
Nigga think he chopper or something.
Well, I think that's a very unfortunate outlook to have on life. Law enforcement is out there doing their job, and they've caught so much flack over the last couple of years for the actions of such a few amount of officers. In my opinion here, Mr. Lynch is playing to his ego, and he's trying to garner attention. I watched this guy's video. His actions were despicable. He put a lot of people, himself and the officer, at risk, but he's an entertaining guy. If he would point his energy towards something positive, imagine the outcome he could have. But here, I call this RSE, raging sense of entitlement. And ultimately, the karma police will catch all of us for the stuff that we've done. You never get away. You just delay. That's
Oh, yeah, he out of there. And he looks sweet. He out of there.
all he did here. And of course, he was later arrested after an investigation, and he was put in jail. And now the process is happening. So you either handle the situation in the moment right then and there, or you just delay the inevitable, and hopefully no one dies or is maimed or hurt in the process.
Yeah, you're right. So he was arrested 4 days later. He was charged with evading police. He posted a $10,000 bond. Now, I should tell everybody that under Texas law, the way that I was understanding and reading it, evading police could be a misdemeanor, but it could be advanced up to a felony if he had been previously convicted of this. And we know, Law and Crime reached out to learn a little bit more about this. Apparently, Ashton, this is not his first time doing this. So in the video, he actually mentions how he has these, these tags, and he knows he's going to get stopped. But even more than that, Texas DPS confirmed that he had been stopped on 2 previous occasions. In fact, I think he was out on bond for a prior stop. I think even in September, an officer pulled him over for a temporary tag. So this is somebody who's been doing this. What do you make of that?
Yes, very, very troubling. We call this pattern and practice in law enforcement. He has a pattern and practice of actively fleeing law enforcement. And he's in Texas. It's a pretty conservative part of the country. I think a judge is going to really hold him accountable for this crime. Again, I think he could totally point his energy into a positive place. I looked over his YouTube. If you want to be an entertainer, if you want to garner the attention of people, you have to put the ego aside, Mr. Lynch, and you have to actually entertain people. You have to do it at least in a positive manner where no one's going to get hurt.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because the last thing I want to show everybody is
I'm trying to see how this nigga top teeth white and his bottom teeth yellow.
this comment from Lynch.
I know y'all need to go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and it's going up from here. And
Bro thought you was not TK, my boy. That shit was not what that was.
yeah, I hope y'all like the video. Everybody who checking in on me, I'm good, I'm straight. That's why I'm making this video, to let y'all know I'm good, I'm straight. But don't try that at home. Nobody try none of that stuff at home, because that's not safe.
This is Rich. This is Rich. Subscribe, like, but guys, don't do this at home. This is very dangerous. Leave it to the professionals. I mean, the way I look at this is, in a way, he's saying he doesn't want copycats out there. But at the same point, could this encourage people who everybody's trying to be famous on YouTube, everybody's trying to be famous on social media?
Ain't nobody doing that, bro. But dumb people. Ain't nobody trying to do what he doing.
Yeah, I'm worried someone might look at this and say, maybe I'll try something like. Now, he was arrested. I mean, it's not a great thing for him. His life is not going to look great moving forward. But you tell me, could this create copycats?
Absolutely. People watch this, especially people who are young and impressionable, and they're going to see what this guy's doing. They're going to think it's funny. Again, this isn't Fast and Furious. This is actual real life stuff. And I appreciate that he caveats this with don't try this at home. I wish he would follow his own advice and not run from law enforcement.
And I tell you, it is a miracle that no one was, seriously injured or killed, because obviously that would have been traumatic and would have changed the whole dynamic of the
Man, bro, I said he ain't get notified about none of that. But nah, yeah, that's ass like, bro. He got caught, bro. This nigga, he was trying to record himself after he's, bro. Wow, I don't know, bro. This ass is goofy, bro.